So I am starting with my nail tips already glued on and cut down to the length that I'm going for, and I'm going to be taking that mini buffer block that came in the kit and using it to file down the nail tip line that comes in contact with my natural nail. This is super important if you're wearing nail tips when doing dip powder, because if not, that line is just going to show when you apply your dip powder and it's going to be a hassle to file. So you just want to make sure that your nail is completely smooth and that that line is filed down to the natural nail. And I almost forgot that I hadn't really shaped my nail tips. I'm going to be taking my Macart 100-180 nail file and using this to file the sidewalls of the nails. I do like to hold the nail file at a slight angle. I don't really like to do like a coffin shape, nor do I really want to do like a ballerina shape. So I'm just kind of going for somewhere in between. So today I did want to try a new apex method. I've been seeing this in like my Facebook nail groups that I'm in, and I wanted to try it out because it actually looked like it would work really well. So I went ahead and tried it out on my pinky nail before I did the rest of my nails, just in case I didn't like it. And this is how it looks. I actually really like this apex method. So I'm going to be showing you how I did that apex method, just kind of explaining a little bit better. So taking our step 2 base, we're literally just going to be applying it to the center where the nail tip and the natural nail meet. You're going to want to avoid the sidewalls because we're going to be slowly working our way to the sidewalls and the cuticle area. So you're going to notice that we're going to be working in sections. So you're just literally going to want to repeat that to all of the nails. And if you're still a little confused by what I'm saying, then you can of course follow that picture that I was following. I just wanted to kind of explain it a little bit better. And if not, you can always just see what I'm doing and hopefully you'll understand it better. But we're literally just repeating that step to the rest of our nails. And the shades I'm going to be using are White Gleam, Be Fierce, and St. Nicholas. You'll see me switching off between those shades a lot throughout the video. And this is how my nails look after that first dip. So I'm going to be taking a brush and dusting away all the excess powder. So now for the second layer of color, we're going to be taking our base coat and this time applying it just a little bit below that first layer of color we applied. So we're still going to be keeping it in the center, but just applying it a little bit lower this time. Like I said, we're going to be slowly working our way down to the cuticle area and the sidewall. And the reason we're working in sections is 1, because by working in these sections, we're going to build an apex, and 2, since we are doing 5 dip layers, that can get thick and bulky pretty quick. So therefore that is why we're working our way to the sidewalls and the cuticle area. And if you've seen any of my other previous videos, you would know that I actually used to like to use clear to build my apex. I would do like 3 dips of clear and then do like a file and then apply the color, which honestly I feel like is a little bit too much work. And now that I've been doing like this apex method, I feel like I can do my nails faster, and it literally takes me like 30 minutes just to do one hand now with nail tips. But either way, I'm just going to be brushing away all that excess powder now that I have that second layer of color on. So now for the third layer of color, we're going to be starting where we just previously applied it, starting at that same spot and then applying it a little bit to the sidewalls. This time we're now finally going to be working our way to the sidewall and the cuticle with these last couple of dips. But the only downside when doing this apex method is that you do have to completely soak off every time you want to do a new set. So for example, some people use clear dip powder to build structure or just to add a layer, just so that way when they apply their dip powder color, they can always file off the dip powder color down to the clear layer instead of having to soak in acetone every single time. So since we don't have a clear layer, you'll have to soak this set off every time you want to do a new color, but I use peel base, so that to me is okay. And then brushing away all that excess powder, so I prefer to wait until I complete one hand to brush off any excess, just because sometimes the dip powder doesn't dry all the way, so therefore I don't want to like ruin what I have on. So now for the fourth dip, we're going to be taking our base coat and applying it a little bit below where we just previously applied it, and then we're going to be applying it this time all the way to the sidewall. And repeating that step to the rest of the nails, and as you can see, the full nail is almost covered with our dip powder color now, so that is what I mean by we're working our way slowly. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have used double dip nails a good amount of times on my channel already, and I'm never disappointed with the quality of their products, and their powders are always so easy to work with, and their liquids are also really good. So I of course love this kit, and it's great if you're a beginner or you're just someone that loves dip powders. And then dusting away all that excess powder now that I have this hand finished. So for the fifth layer of color, we're going to be applying our base coat, starting a hairline away from the cuticle area, or getting as close as you can to the cuticle without actually touching your cuticle skin, because it can be hard to get off. And you're just going to want to apply it to the whole nail, starting from that point. And making sure to get the sidewalls this time, and that you don't have any missing spots of color on your sidewalls. So you just literally want to apply this to the whole nail now. And a way I like to get that perfect cuticle line is taking like a toothpick or a dotting tool and just cleaning it up, because sometimes I do get it on my skin, or I take it a little bit more further down than I would like to. And I promise this apex method is not hard at all. I actually find it easier than the other way I used to like to do it, which was applying like 3 dips of clear and then filing that. I find this method so much easier, and it also doesn't take as long, so it only takes me like 30 minutes to do one hand now, which is awesome, because at the end of the day I don't want something that's going to take forever. So I definitely recommend you try this out. If you're looking for an apex method but don't want to spend too much time on it, then try this one out, because I waited so long, and I don't know why I waited this long to try it. And just so you can see the final result of the apex method again, this is how it looks. It has that nice little curve, and it's not too thick or anything like that. I think it's perfect, and it also is going to add structure to our nails so they don't break so fast. So if y'all noticed, that green dip powder did kind of stain my skin a little bit, but don't worry, you can take a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and literally just wipe it off. It comes off so easily. So yeah, it did stain my skin even though I was dusting it off. So now what's really going to tie this manicure together and make it more like a St. Patrick's Day theme are these cute little stickers. They are included in the kit, and I just feel like they're so cute, and I love the little shamrocks on them. So I'm going to be taking more of like a large shamrock size and then like a medium sized one. I feel like Double Dip Nails always does such an amazing job with their nail kits, because not only do you get like liquids and powders and little accessories and like a brush to wipe off excess powder, but they also include little accessories like these, also like nail art or like glitters. They always have something different to follow the theme of the nail kit, which is super cool. So these kits are such a bang for your buck. Like, you literally need to try one of them out. So here I'm just kind of deciding where I want to lay out these nail stickers. So tell me why. I thought these were water decals at first. So they also have some like nail art decals which have to soak in water in order to get like the actual nail design off of the sticker or off the paper part. So I don't know why I thought these were like the water decals. Oh my gosh, I mean decals. And I soaked it and I was like, it's not coming off. But then I realized that's because they're literally just a sticker. So this is just me having a little brain fart moment. So yeah, I just thought this was funny because I was like, hello, why aren't you like peeling off? But it's because it wasn't supposed to be in water. So literally just peel it off. Don't even do any of this. This is just me showing my mistakes. So I think my camera stopped recording, so therefore it didn't show me applying the nail stickers, but you literally just peel the sticker off and apply it where you want to on the nail. It is going to have kind of like a sticky side to it, so it's going to stick, but you still are going to have to encapsulate it. So now that's what we're going to be doing. Once you have the sticker where you want it, and what I mean by encapsulating is taking your base coat and applying it all over the nail and then pouring your clear dip powder over it. This is going to protect all of our color, glitter, and our nail sticker when we start filing. So this step is super important because if not, it's just going to file right off, which means all of our hard work and time would go to waste. And since I do have nail stickers on this nail, I did decide to do a second layer of clear just on this nail, just because last thing I want to do is accidentally file these stickers off, since I do a lot of filing, so just in case. So now that we have our nails encapsulated, it's time to apply our step 3 activator. This is going to harden all of our dip powder layers and just protect everything once again once we start filing, so everything just doesn't kind of file away and get gummy and like just weird. So you just want to apply activator every time before you file after you've encapsulated. And I let that dry and get hard for about a minute. So now for my filing sessions, which I do take very seriously, I do like to do about 3 different types of filings. So the first one I do is with the hand file. So I'm going to be taking my Macart 100-180 nail file and using this to fix my shape. So I'm going to be going along my side walls kind of at an angle. Like I said, I'm going for somewhere in between like a coffin shape and a ballerina shape. I love to do this first before doing any other type of filing, just because I feel like when you file the shape and bring your shape back to how you want it, I feel like it's just so much easier to see what you need to fix. And I decided to bust out my dust collector because I don't really show it in videos or use it when I'm filming, just because I feel like it does take up a lot of space, but it does get dusty when I file my nails because I like to perfect my shape and file to perfection if I can. And this dust collector is by Melody Susie. I think it was about $70, which is a little bit pricey, but I feel like it's definitely worth the money. It collects dust really well, and it does have like a low and a high setting. So once I have that hand file done fixing my shape, I can pretty much tell what needs fixed and what needs to be filed. And most of the time it's really just the shape that just makes the nail kind of look sloppy and like it needs a lot of filing. But in reality, once you fix that shape first, it should really make a difference. So now I just like to take these little buffing blocks that do come in the Double Dip Nails kit. These things are literally amazing. They really do such a great job at buffing the nail. I love these little buffers, and they are disposable, so you can just use them one time and throw it away. And this is how my nails look with just fixing the shape and just doing a buff with that little buffing block. They already look pretty good. So I noticed that that chunky glitter was still looking a little bit thicker than I would like it to, so I'm just going to be buffing it out a little bit more. So now for the third and final filing process that I like to do, I'm going to be taking my Macart e-file. And I lied, that's actually not the last filing I do. Sometimes that's the last one I do, but I guess this time I decided to buff out my nails one more time. But either way, this is still a simple file. So like I said, I like to really file my nails to perfection and make sure that the shape is good and that there's no bumps or there's no unevenness in the dip powder nails. We'll be using the glossy top coat for the glitter and the white shade with the little shamrock design on it. So we're just going to be applying this gel matte top coat to all of the nails. And then we of course have to cure that, so I'm going to be curing that for 60 seconds under my nail lamp. So I have those nails cured, and now we're going to be applying activator one more time to the nail design with a white color and also the gold glitter, just because before you apply your step 4 dip top coat, you always have to activate one more time. And then before I apply that step 4 dip top coat, I'm going to be taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and using it to wipe off any excess activator that might be left on the nail, because if not, that will cause your brush to harden. So now I'm going to be applying my first layer of the top coat, and I like to apply this one with quick thin strokes just because this first layer does dry pretty quickly, so you got to work a little bit faster with this first one. And then let that dry for about 2 minutes or until you feel it's completely dried. And then once it's completely dried, you're going to want to take a second layer of that top coat just to really get that extra glossy finish. And also just look at how glossy the top coat is and how beautiful that gold glitter shade is. But now we're going to be letting that dry. So we're just going to be applying some cuticle oil to nourish and hydrate the cuticles. And that completes our St. Patrick's Day inspired manicure. I really hope y'all enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. As always, I really hope y'all find my tutorials helpful.
So on my middle thumb and pinky nail, I'm going to be doing the green shade. So I'm applying a nice thin layer of base to my entire nail, dipping into the powder and tapping off any excess. And this green was super opaque on the first coat. I only ended up doing 2 coats to get full opacity, and this color is absolutely perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm just going to do those first 2 nails, and then as you'll see here, I'm going to brush off any excess powder after letting the powder sit on the nails for a bit. And then I'm going to go in with another layer of base and powder for a second coat. And if you are interested in this set, I will leave it linked in my description so you can check that out if you are interested, as well as my discount code if you want to use that to save some money. So I'm going to let you guys watch me finish up this second coat, and then I will be right back. Alright, so now moving on, I'm going to do this beautiful gold glitter on my pointer and ring nail. So I'm doing the exact same process as before, except like with glitters, I always dip the nail parallel to the powder instead of at an angle because I find that this helps the glitter lay as flat as possible. So that's what I'm going to be doing here for 2 coats of this shade as well. And since it is the same process, I will let you guys watch me do the second coat now, and then I will come back for the next step. Alright, and now that all of the colored powder layers are on, I'm going to clear encapsulate, and I'm doing my normal clear encapsulation routine, which is applying a thin layer of base, dipping into the clear, and tapping off any excess. And this added layer will protect the color underneath from filing, and make sure we don't take any of that pigment or glitter off. So I do highly recommend this step, and this clear powder from Sparkle & Co. works great. The other clear that I really like is actually from Double Dip, so definitely check that one out as well. And after dipping, I'm brushing off any excess powder. And now I'm going to activate, and I applied 2 generous layers to all of my nails, and then went ahead and filed off camera. And now I'm going to seal in my nails, so I'm going to be applying a nice thin layer of this top coat to all of my nails. And you can really see that shine from the glitter come out, as well as that shimmer in those green nails. It looks really beautiful. And of course I'm going to wrap the free edge, and once all of the top coat is applied to the nails, I will cure for 30 seconds in my LED lamp. And once the nails are fully cured, I'm going to rehydrate my skin and nails, and I'm just going to be applying a small amount of this onto my skin around my nails, and then rubbing that in to get a nice hydrated look. And here is the finished manicure I was able to create using the Double Dip St. Patrick's Day collection. So I think these nails are super cute. I want to wish you all a happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.